Formerly known as the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication, SWIFT is the global infrastructure that provides secure, standardized communication between the world's financial institutions, effectively facilitating the send and receive instructions for cross-border payments. As you might imagine, SWIFT is essentially the financial nervous system of the globalized economy that we are. While based in Brussels, the keys to SWIFT are held firmly by the US because of the primacy of the US dollar as the world's reserve currency. Since the majority of global trade is denominated in US dollars, almost every international transaction eventually interacts with the US financial system. A vast majority of SWIFT transactions are cleared through US banks. This gives the US extreme influence over the financial system of the world. If the US decides to sanction a bank company or country, it comes with the implicit threat that any entity doing business with said company or country will be cut off. As such, SWIFT essentially becomes a de facto accomplice, cutting off system access for the sanctioned entity to avoid losing access to the dollar market themselves. Once banned from SWIFT, an entity is essentially locked out of its ability to transact with the rest of the world. The ability to receive payments, extend credit, transfer funds, and settle obligations is frozen, effectively paralysing the economic activity of the sanctioned entity. This was one of the most powerful tools used by the West against Russia following the war in Ukraine, with devastating effect. As you might surmise, in the current climate, the implications of US influence and EU reliance on SWIFT is profound. As long as Europe remains reliant on an infrastructure that is under the thumb of the US Treasury, they must walk a delicate tightrope. Trade is increasingly becoming weaponized on the geopolitical stage, and the US is throwing its weight. But how much negotiating power can the EU have against the country that controls their access to international commerce? To truly reach independence, the EU will have to contemplate creating a financial infrastructure that doesn't require a sign-off from Washington every time euros leave the continent. They wouldn't be the first. BRICS is, well, the BRICS nations' attempt at securing their own cross-border payment system. China has CIPS, and Russia has developed their version, the SPFS. All attempts by non-Western countries to insulate themselves from the whims of the US.